Well, thank you for staying with us. I know you had to come and see the some more stories with Jim and about volunteering and all the differences that the North Fulton Community Charities
exactly
is doing. It sounds like you guys have a good time out there too.
We really
we
do.
Yeah.
And we have not only a great time, we make a difference. I just want to share a story with you. There was one of our clients who's brand new. It was a two-family income. The father lost his job, and she soon after lost hers. He abandoned the family, hoping that it would make a difference, and of course it made it harder. And so when she came to us, she was humbled and humiliated, and again asking for help. We had a volunteer and an employee help fill her grocery bag, and so our employee walked her out to the car. And so while she was loading the groceries up, the mother looked into the bag and started to cry. And the employee was asking, is there something wrong? And she thought maybe it was because she was embarrassed. And she explained our confidentiality policy. And she said, no, you provided me with toilet paper. And she said her family had been a week without toilet paper. They were using towels that we dry off on. They were using to wipe themselves. And her son was asking, Mom, when can we buy toilet paper? And those are the stories that you don't hear. Those are the stories that we keep going. You know, we have a staff that works very hard. Many of us, including our volunteers, have probably more than one job. But, you know, it is people like Jim who come in and who is energetic and invigorating and really believes in our mission and really understands what we try to do. And that's why we do what we do every day. That's why we continue to come back.
That's wonderful. And you know, there's so many things that, you know, we don't think about those things like little toiletries, but let's say you're staying at a hotel or you're a business person traveling, collect those little things.
Exactly.
You know,
Absolutely. Yeah.
you know, collect them and you can turn around and you know, give and pass them on like that. And
well,
like,
the challenge is people will always feed. I mean, we think of food, we think of helping, but, you know, you don't think of deodorant or brushing your teeth or having a toothbrush or having toothpaste or simply shampoo. And so those things, we're always saying, especially for, you know, we talk about volunteering and we do have an age limit. You have to be 13 with an adult and then 16 without. But if you're under 13 and we talk about children giving back, you know, it's a great off-site project. You know, collect those things. I think one of the cutest things I saw was a scavenger hunt. And there were two girls and they went around their neighborhood and just had a list of items and asked their neighbors for these items.
Aww.
And so it's
How
cute.
easy, too.
Right.
Yeah.
How easy and fun. Helping, as we said before, doesn't have to be difficult. It can be fun and can still provide your child with a valuable lesson.
and you know, kids can, you know, let's do a lemonade stand for
Exactly.
You know, teach them about being an entrepreneur and giving back. At
Exactly.
the same time.
Exactly.
There's so many things that we can do, and using whatever talents that you know, an individual has, even if you don't have, like you say, money to donate.
Yep.
There's so many. You know, I actually think uplifting somebody is probably the most important thing if you take care of the.
And it's a talent because, as as a former pastor once said, if you're not a winning person, don't be a greeter. So, you know, it is. It's a talent. And we realize that. That's why we make sure our volunteers are very, very important to us, and we treat them with great respect. As Jim mentioned, he comes in with a group. We couldn't. We really couldn't. And then Jim, as he said, he comes in with a group of 4 or 5 other women, and they get together. And it's interesting because they become their own family.
Yeah.
You know, and they realize, and not only that they start maybe in one area of volunteering and move to our fundraising opportunities. They move to off-site projects. They really become involved. So, you know, they just like coming, and it
Well, because it's a community. A community is the.
it becomes
Yeah.
a community,
Yeah.
just like our name. So
You're properly named, if I can only say it correctly. It's just it's got 4 souls.
I know it's tricky. Say it 4 times. So
North Fulton Community Charities. I think I've got it now.
Yes.
In fact, first time I met you at a fundraiser.
Exactly.
I was like, well, what is that?
try doing that when you speak, so it makes it easier.
I like NFCC, although you don't know.
Well, we go by that too. So what we do, we want our families, or as we say, our clients and our volunteers and our community to understand that, you know, without them we can't. And our mission or our tagline is together we can help. And so that's what we do. We can't do it without each one of those pieces. And as you know, it's a puzzle. If you put it all together, missing one, the puzzle doesn't look the same.
That's right. Well, it certainly warms my heart to know there's people like you that are working so hard to make a difference. And this is going on around the country.
Of
This is
course.
not,
Oh, yeah.
You know, And in times of hardship, that's when, you know,
Exactly.
we start to really see how people are helping each other. And I would, you know, dare to dream that, you know, 20 years from now, the world's going to be a better place
Exactly.
because of all the hardships that everybody's experiencing.
It would be nice if there was no need for NFCC, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, there's always going to be some need
Yeah.
for you guys. Okay, so go ahead and stick.
We'll be around, and we appreciate that. And we appreciate you. Thank you for giving us this opportunity, because as you know, nonprofits, when it comes to public relations and advertising, it's so limited. So
Right.
it's
you have to focus where you.
exactly. So it's organizations and agencies and people like yourself who believe in making a difference as well. So we thank you.
And our People TV, they are a nonprofit organization as well, and they do some amazing things. And you know, the fact that this show has been around, I believe it's 25 years.
Wow.
They've been focusing in different kind of forms, but you know, People for People, I think, is a good name. And ultimately, at the end of the day, you know, it's the connection is what
Exactly.
really sustains us and
Yep.
makes us, you know, feel a part of something
Sure.
versus. Although we all like the money, though.
Yes, we do.
You know, I do not find, you know, to have a lot of money does not mean that's not bad either. You know,
No,
there's that perception too that needs to be dispelled as well. You know, there's nothing wrong with people that have money. I mean,
No.
you know, that's.
But it's what you do with it, I always say. It's not the part of having it, it's what you're doing with it. It's also making sure that those who don't is being aware of that. And again, I always say, when people ask me, what can I do? You know, of course, we would love a check, but we also would love a food drive. We would love, as you said, toiletries. We would love
We
avocation.
should do a toilet drive.
Right. You know, we should just go and buy some toilet paper and do
Yeah.
all of those things. But
Nobody's ever done that.
let's
How do
collect.
you
So,
think it would be? Toiletry drive.
yeah.
Toiletries.
Toiletries.
I'll play
so,
with that.
No
tea
problem.
drive.
A tea drive.
Some people will think it's golf, and others, we'll just have to explain it to them. But
Toiletries
make
are
them.
us. I don't know.
I like them. I can write that down for us.
Toiletries
So.
are us. Well, you guys have been very fun. I thank you so much for
Thank
coming
you.
on the
Thank
show.
you.
Of
This
course,
was great.
we will put the website up. And if you have a nonprofit organization you would like to have featured on People for People, just contact us at peopletv.org, and we'd be happy to feature your nonprofit. Once again, thank you for joining us, and I'm Tammy Allen.
If I look at the trouble every night on TV, I might lose hope, I might lose faith in the people I meet. If it takes a village, then the world is our town, looking out for each other, one for another.
Atlanta Printmaker Studio is a 501c3 devoted to nurturing the practice of printmaking as a vibrant, progressive, original art form. In order to enhance the understanding of and appreciation for fine art printmaking, we offer community outreach through classes, workshops, and exhibitions. Atlanta Printmaker Studio also provides access to a well-equipped studio space for artist renters. To learn more about printmaking, check out our studio, or to bring the joy of printmaking directly to your community, visit www.atlantaprintmakerstudio.org or call us at 404-316-6863. The Atlanta Printmaker Studio is located in the Metropolitan Warehouse Complex at 675 Metropolitan Parkway, Southwest, Studio 6026, Atlanta.
Wonderroot is an Atlanta-based 501c3 nonprofit arts organization committed to uniting artists and community to inspire positive social change. Our objectives are to provide production facilities to Atlanta-based artists, facilitate arts-based service programs in the Atlanta community, and empower artists to be proactive in engaging their communities through arts-based service work.
Wonderroot Community Arts Center, located in Reynoldstown, is a home base for socially conscious artists to create and engage community. At the center, we provide a darkroom, recording studio, digital media lab, pottery studio, and education programs. Two of our biggest passions are youth arts enrichment and public art. Wonderroot believes that by empowering people with the means to express themselves, we will create a healthier and more connected Atlanta.
There are many ways to get involved at Wonderroot, as we are always hoping to build new relationships with volunteers, community partners, artists, and supporters. If you would like to join our efforts, you can visit our website at wonderroot.org or just drop by the Community Arts Center.